I'm Eric. I'm co-founder of SoundCloud, based in Berlin since about 2 years. Also doing music on the side, working on the very heavy technological parts of SoundCloud at the moment. SoundCloud is very powerful because it's simple and flexible. It does only one thing as opposed to, for example, MySpace that tries to be an everything machine. We try to do sharing of music in the best possible way, and sharing also bordering to distribution. So it means if you work on a track, you can just send it out to a few friends, or you can collaborate on a tune and then bounce ideas back and forth. So it's really like an easy way to share music for professionals. And this sort of slightly more visionary version of that is SoundCloud is a platform. It's really infrastructure for the web, for music on the web. So we do have, for example, an open API, so you can hack on it. You can build stuff using SoundCloud as a platform. You can build it into your tools. We can build it into a music program, for example, so you could potentially create a piece of music and then bounce it, like export it to the web and then share from there. So it's really a powerful idea, actually. You make a track, you put it on SoundCloud. Maybe it's even through a tool that is already integrated with SoundCloud, so you just save directly to the web and then you share from there, and it goes to Facebook, Twitter, blogs, all over the web in one click. And that's essentially what we try to do. Well, the goal of SoundCloud is clearly to become this platform, this sort of essential part of music infrastructure that's just part of the internet. So it's something that could potentially power hundreds of thousands of sites and tools across the web. It's something like YouTube or Flickr, but for audio. It's that simple, really. The reactions have been really good. I think we've sort of hit a spot where a lot of people wanted something like this for a long time, and what they got was sort of MySpace and You Send It, which both, quite frankly, suck. And that's, that's what we're trying to solve. The problem that everybody is concerned with is, of course, how to make money with music. And I mean, it's not really my responsibility to answer that question. We're just providing a tool that could potentially save a lot of money. And could potentially make a lot of money as well for artists and labels. But they themselves have to figure out how to use it in the best possible way. I mean, we don't have the magic answer on how to turn on, the whole economy. But I think SoundCloud is definitely part of that equation. Money follows attention. If you have a lot of attention, you can always convert that into money in some kind of way. You just need to figure out how to do it. And from me personally, for example, I made music. I didn't make a lot of money from my record, but some key people found it, and I got licenses to put that music on a couple of television series, and from that I got substantial amounts of money. And so, something is maybe an indirect result of something else. And also from playing live, I earned a lot more than I earned from selling records. So me personally, I'm just a believer in getting the word out. Getting your fans, getting listeners, and then you can convert that into money later on. So if you have the attention, you can always monetize somehow. But I shouldn't say always, because you obviously have to find your own way of doing it. And it may not be the standard way, but you can do it. And I've seen numerous examples of how people do that in really creative ways. And that's something that each individual label and artist have to figure out exactly how they should do that. But the core to getting attention, of course, is to have quality somewhere in that mix, that you actually connect the right listeners with, quality music. And that's really, that's the core of this. I think the most common way to make music today is to get together in bands and just play and have fun. And I think that's just a question of time before you're able to do that on the web as well. You can't do it today. The tools are too cumbersome. They just not work well enough. But it's going to happen. It's in a sense a function of the tools. As the tools improve a great deal, you see a big change. So the tools for distribution, the tools for creation have changed so radically that now new possibilities open up, and it's unavoidable. You can't really go back. You can't stop it either. So you have to just adjust the whole industry and gear everything towards that. and it's profound. It's a big change. Music Hack Day is really a platform for hackers and sort of music web related people to come to get together for 24 hours and hack on interesting things. It's about, essentially it's about hacking the music industry. We're hacking the music industry because it's asking for it. There needs to be some disruption happening because we've already seen a crash and now it's just chaotic. And something needs to come out of that, something that's more sustainable. And the way to do that is hack and test and experiment, and stuff that works will survive. So one thing that was created during the Music Hack Day is something called citysounds.fm. So it's basically a site where you go there and you can see the new music from all cities around the world. So you can basically tap into any city on the planet and hear the new music from that city, essentially in real time. Because as soon as somebody uploads a track on SoundCloud from a certain city, it will appear in that city. So it's a really fantastic way of browsing the current trends and sounds of music or cities around the world. A lot of people are saying that in the future all music in the world will be available to anybody, anytime, all the time. But the key is, you know, if you have 100 million songs, which song are you going to listen to? And how are you going to find the right song? And what's the music that you like? And what music are your friends listening to? So it's really about making those experiences right. It's not so much about making things available. We already have that almost established now. It's more about the interesting ways of experiencing the stuff that's available. Well, I think on a global scale, I think we're going to see a lot more collaboration. I think that's pretty clear from where I'm coming from, that that's happening. But that said, I mean, I still believe in the lone genius working. I don't see really a conflict there. It's more that maybe a question of what the tools make possible and not. You know, if you have tools that are super easy to use, that are available to everybody on the planet, of course, if you can easily collaborate, people are going to do that. Ever since the dawn of man, we've been getting together making music. It's not something new. It just needs to happen in the digital domain.